I'm on the first floor of Building 3. What we're looking at here is a gas pipe that we found on Thursday to be live. Basically, when this room got plasticed off to sandblast, it gave it enough sealing so that we could actually smell some gas. The pipe was cut and duct taped. I called the National Grid. They came right out, did confirm that it was live. This valve that we're looking at was not holding as well. So they cut, capped, and then put in a work order to cut and cap it in the sidewalk outside the building. That has not been done yet, but at this point we're safe. Took about 20 minutes for them to do what they needed to be done. So it held us up for about 20 minutes to sandblast, because we started sandblasting in here on Thursday. The intention at this point, from what David tells me, is that his sandblasters will stay Saturday and Sunday, sandblasting on the first floor and adding another sandblaster at the beginning of next week. That will remain to be seen, because as of today, Friday, we don't have any blasting material. So he's going to need to get quite a bit here in order to achieve that goal. We're here in Building 7, a little bit dark, but you can see is that all the asbestos has been removed, all the pipe has been cut, and all loaded out of here. So we're pretty well cleaned out in this section. Building 7 is what connects 8, 9, and 10 to Building 5. As I turn to my left, these windows are a part of Building 5. The only pipe that remains here, you'll see this here, this picks up a number of interior roof drains, which in turn goes down and is piped into a pit down at the very end there, where the rail is around. That goes into the basement of Building 8, which is flooded, and we are pumping that out. So what we've done is take that pipe where it used to dump down and add that out into the parking lot so that we don't continue to add water into the basement. Once the guys get through sandblasting the first floor, they're leaving up this structure here, which this corrugation, a lot of it is asbestos. So we need a permit for that, which isn't a problem, but the intention of leaving this up right now is so that we can get all the sandblasting and contain the sandblasting. So by next week we should have this sandblasted, probably closer to Thursday, and then we'll start cutting all this steel and removing this, because this all gets opened right up. One of the sticking points for David to move forward is he was complaining that he didn't have enough electricity over in Building 9 and 10. Energy Electric has come through this week with a total of 21 buckets and has electricians on site running wire. So that's off the table. Hopefully David will follow through. He did have a subcontractor come by earlier this week who, as soon as he makes an agreement with him, the intention is to turn them loose on the bridge over Eagle and get all that asbestos and pipe out of there. That, again, remains to be seen. A lot of promises. This is the first floor of Building 9, where our parking garage will go. One of them. Bill Ray did get temporary light set up in here, so we can finally see. This right here is a column line. It's to be removed. I spoke with this, I believe, last week. So we've got a good jump on the pipe in here, so quite a bit to take out. As we look through into Building 10, continued to cut pipe here as well. Loaded a lot of that out of the dumpsters. There was a structure down, they've been working on it, but it's still not down that corner. You see a lot of pipe in here. The guys are moving all this. But there is a lot of pipe in here. I'm told that they anticipate being complete on cutting all this pipe by Tuesday's end. We'll see. Here we are on the second floor of Building 8. What we're looking at is one of the roll-up fire doors. They finally brought a guy on from Bill Ray who was doing all the cutting, and he gets quite a bit done. He got both of these fire doors done. We'll go over to Building 34, cut a lot of steel. Right now he's working on taking out the elevator in 4. Yeah, progress is being made. It just would have been nice to have this a little earlier. I'm standing on the 3rd floor of Building 10, looking up to the floor repair. This is, I think we could grow trees faster than they get this framed, but it is moving forward, little bits and pieces, drips and drabs. This area here is being left open. That is future stairway. It will go up to the 4th floor. Sorry. Looking out from Building 10, this is a pipe chase that goes over to Building 12, which is to be torn down. We did get the okay from National Grid that we are clear with gas termination over there. David has said he has put in his paperwork for a demolition permit, which I was told on Tuesday that it would be a couple days. We do need to cut some pipe. Obviously this pipe here, and there's some that we can't see from here that connect from Building 9, first floor over to Building 12. I'm told that the building inspector requested that they do not touch anything, cut anything that goes to that building until the demo permit is in place. Be seeing David this afternoon. Hopefully we'll have that ready to go. I know he does have to get this machine, his excavator, out of here, so he does have intentions of getting right on this. I don't think he'll delay on this one. It's just a matter of getting this permit in hand. I'm standing on the 2nd floor of Building 3, where we finished our sandblasting and moved down to the 1st floor. Part of the problem with the sandblasting has been the guys, once they get on it, they do a great job. They move well, they go through it quickly, but we lose a minimum of 2 hours a day. There's never enough sand. We're always waiting on sand, or there's a compressor down, or there's always some type of delay. On Thursday, the machines did not start until 11:30. Then break for lunch, and then back, and then work the rest of the day. Once they get going, they do great. But we're losing a lot of time, mostly on coordination of getting material here. Very reactionary. We wait till we run out of gas before we get gas. Wait till we run out of sandblasting material before we get sandblasting material. And you add these up in the last 2 weeks, and it's really put a bite in the schedule. I'm standing in the east end of Building 5. What we're looking through here is, this was an opening that was blocked, cinder blocked. I had them break this through last Friday. This is going to be the future access into the parking garage of Building 634, also known as Eagle 11. And basically what we do is we walk, it's a little dark in here, but we walk right through an existing elevator. This elevator, David is telling me he didn't know was here, and he does not include this in his scope of work. Obviously, that's going to be, is going to continue to be a point of discussion. He needs to get this out of here. Going into building 6, no pipe has been removed in here. They're getting prepped to do it. They did get this cleaned out. I believe we've already seen this in the video. We'll go over to building 34 where they have done some cutting. So here we are in building 34. You'd see these brackets. These are what held the large I-beams for those motor lifts. We had one on this garage bay, and it's probably going to be difficult to see, it's so dark, but over here as well. Those things, there was quite a bit of steel in there. Did a good job. They got in here, cut this all down, got it out of the way. The boys came in, loaded it all out. No pipe has been touched yet, but that heavy steel is. So they've got a good bite in this section of the building. Is it done? No. Okay, so here we are, second floor of building 6. A lot of stuff out as far as debris goes. No pipe been cut. This is the second floor of the elevator that we were in, that we walked through. We've got some pretty crazy changes in elevations and floors in here. So we'll have to work with that a bit. Still some stuff that needs to go out. Machines, ductwork. There's some large ductwork as we go into 34. These guys have to be cut and collapsed and taken out. See, there's some pipe and steel, not a lot up here, but there's stuff. There's a pretty good sections, some good sections of pipe along the wall here, and the heating systems. That all needs to be cut out. All right, now this here is the look at the north side of building 12. Right now, basically, we have an alleyway between 34 and 12. Obviously, when 12 comes down, that'll create parking area. But we've got some associated pipe that we talked about that connects the two over there, and swing over here. Also some there. This is a look at the stairway in building 6 from second floor down to first. This stairway gets removed. There's a new stairway that gets installed over in building 34, which will go from the parking garage to the second floor. But we'll leave this for now, obviously, for obvious reasons, to get access up and down and get this place cleaned out, and then we'll rip this out. Out in the parking lot outside of building 8, where we're underway with pumping out the basement, running through a small silver filter and then into the carbon, 400 feet of hose running down and into the river. Jason will be taking some samples in about 24 hours. All looking clean at this point. I'm out in the alleyway on the west side of the property, looking at a couple catch basins that take all of this rainwater. This backs up pretty heavily in the rainstorms. I was out here with Bruce Hagerman this morning, Crossman Engineering. We're going over the site plan, intentions of drainage. At this point, he's not planning on putting any structures in on site. Everything will sheet off as it does. However, we do need to have these catch basins cleaned out to find out where they discharge and what is the problem with the drainage. Because like I said, this thing fills up pretty good. So we're gonna work on getting the contractor to come down, just clean this out, and then at some point we may have to just run a camera down that pipe and find out where it outlets. There is an outlet that you could see at the end of that wall that goes in, that is in the river, but it's basically below, for the most part, it's below the water line. Don't know if that's what it ties into. We did have the guys out from Crossman today shooting some inverts. We're looking at sewer. We have a sewer manhole that is up in front of that red truck right there. Curiously, the flow of sewer runs through the building and into Valley Street. We could physically see the flow going towards Building 5, and Jason Prue, being on site, already knew that it did tie into Valley Street. We're not sure where, so that we need to know just for future on where we can tie our sewer into.